Hey everyone, SolarPrimal here. Welcome to this year's Valentines Day Special.
Yay!
And I'm joined with...
SolarPrimal. Hi.
As usual, hi. So, I figured we'd do something a little different this year instead of just playing a video game where we be very competitive and want to kill each other by the end of it.
More or less, I kill him. He dies.
Because I won.
Yes, he dies.
So, the idea I had, in celebration of Pokemon's 20th year anniversary, I figured we would share our top 6 Pokemon from Generation 1. Okay, so let's start off. Let's let you go first. Who's your number 6 Pokemon of top 6?
Well, I guess it's just because I started playing the game and paying attention to it. I like Gengar, the ghost. He kicks ass.
Fair enough.
He kicks really good ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounded really bad.
Real good ass. He's got a nice ass. You get to stare at it for the whole game. So there you go.
Yay me. But yeah, I like him.
What's your favorite thing? Like, what makes him a part of your top list?
Well, the moves that he has so far, like, what I do for most part is Confusion Ray. Yeah, Confuse Ray. And then after that, I'll do Nightshade, and that seems to knock out a fair amount. Sometimes that just does it all. And then the last one I like to use, and I found out it works really good on water Pokemon, is Mega Drain.
Yep, because it's a grass move.
I put that on him, and yeah. Damn! He's good.
Awesome. So for my number 6 Pokemon, I picked Starmie. I know, weird choice, because it's a water type. And you're like, oh, Solar, well, you're not picking a fire type for first. I'll explain. So, in Generation 1, there was a game called Pokemon Stadium, and in the rentals, I found this out the hard way because I mentioned this in my history of, but there was a little tournament at the Stampede. I competed in it, and I picked all the legendaries, and one of the people running the booth with Nintendo there, they picked their team. The only one they had to use and send out was Starmie. And the thing that blew my mind as a kid was a Starmie using Thundershock. Or Thunderbolt, sorry. And it sweeped my entire team because I did all 3 of the legendary birds. They were all weak to electric. And yeah, you just sweep me with Starmie. So, since then, that was the moment for me where I started to actually look at what moves certain Pokemon can learn and how to diversify my team that way. So, yeah. So for number 5 for you.
It's kind of funny how you brought up the whole legendaries, the legendary birds. The favorite one I liked was Articuno.
Oh, really?
It's pretty. And I've always liked birds in general. Well, clearly I've got a house full of them. Well, more or less.
So what makes Articuno so special out of over the 3 other birds?
Well, I like the fact that it's blue in color. It sparkles. And as far as I know, and I'm hoping I catch it, because that would be a really pretty bird to have. Highly doubt I will, but if I come across it, it'll be amazing. But as far as I know, it does ice moves. And I think it could do water moves too, can it not?
I'm not sure, I'd have to check that one. But it's definitely an ice and flying type.
Yeah. So I just think it's just really pretty. Ice bird. It's a nice ice bird that I thought could do water.
Nice ice birdie.
Nice ice birdie. Nice ice birdie.
Ding, 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 ding. It's funny that you brought up that for your 5th one because my 5th pick was Zapdos, the other legendary bird. And yeah, I know, another weird one for me. But for me, it was, I think at the time, it was the first legendary bird I encountered. And that thing scared the crap out of me. Just, when you see the game sprite, it's just very intimidating. Just all spikes and a really long beak. And it's powerful too. So, yeah, that'd be my reason for that too. And I found it by accident when I first played. Because it's in the power plant, which you have to go there, it's an optional dungeon. So you go over there, and then you see him at the end, and you're like, oh my god. So, number 4?
Goldine.
Nice.
I like fish. And being that Queen is involved, it says to me lady fish, and well, girls like girls, and it's cute that she looks like a girl, and it's a goldfish, and just... I like goldfish, and she's cute.
They always give them like a set of lips on them.
Yeah. She looks like a fancy goldfish, like with the big fantail goldfish is what I was going for, so.
And
yeah.
a little horn.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Nice.
I like her. Although it turns into a him later on, so.
Well, yeah, back then they didn't have genders.
No, I know.
So it didn't really matter.
It's just the names, because queen usually means female, king is usually like a male leader and such like that, so that's just the mindset that I had at the time. I know they can be male or female regardless, but you would think it would just kind of, I don't know, keep the king as a king and make the queen as a queen, just to keep them separate, in my opinion, but still pretty fish.
You should design Pokemon.
I don't know about that. They need to make a beta one.
Mm-hmm.
I want a beta one.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a beta fish Pokemon.
And it's mine.
And don't tell me like Finneon and whatever, that doesn't count. That's based off of like a sea fish.
Yeah, lungfish maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. It looks weird.
It's not a beta fish.
No. Not even close. No.
So for my number 4, I chose Nidoking. And I don't really have a big explanation on why. It was just when you first play the game and you hear all the cries, Nidoking stuck out to me. Still does. In a way that it's awesome, but also annoying as shit.
Mm-mm.
But I love it. It's just... But I guess another reason why I picked Nidoking, again, kind of stemming from the whole Starmie thing, it was one of those Pokemon that could learn a move that wasn't their type. That being Nidoking, same with Nidoqueen, as you discovered, can learn Surf.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like... I just liked the whole Nidoran family thing, because it was the first time where in the first generation that they actually introduced genders before genders were a thing. So I found that very neat. My first time actually seeing one that I remember, because I didn't have one, I ended up getting one later, like after. You get to see one. Spoilers for anyone that haven't played Pokemon in 20 years. You get to battle one at the 8th gym, which is ground, because it's part ground. And that thing was scary. I was scared. So, number 3.
Lapras.
Good choice.
Reason why? Reminds me of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. But it's like part turtle, so it's got a shell, so it's kind of cool.
Part sea turtle.
It's cool. But you can ride on its back and float around, and it just looks very peaceful.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that too, because in Generation 2, they changed the game sprite of the Pokemon that you surf on to a Lapras.
Yeah, which is neat.
Yeah. It's funny though when you don't have a Lapras, you're like, oh, I'm riding a Lapras all of a sudden? So, it's funny. It's better than whatever the weird amoeba thing that you're swimming on.
It's like a weird fish.
Yeah. Poor sprites back then.
Blobs.
Yeah, they were just blobs.
But what's your third favorite?
For my third choice, or my third pick, is Gyarados. Okay, so you gotta let me explain this one. When you're playing as a kid for the first time, and you get to that Poké Center before Mount Moon, like right at the entrance, there's a guy that sells you a Magikarp for 500 Poké Dollars. And you're like, sweet deal. I couldn't even catch a Magikarp before. And you have it, and you're like, yeah, new Pokemon. And then it knows Splash. And that's all it knows. And then, after you've gone through Cerulean City, you still got this dumb Magikarp. And you're like, this thing's useless. and then there's a daycare just south. You're like, huh, pluck it right into there. Like, daycare, take care of it. Train it up and do whatever you want. Cook it up for sushi or something. You don't cook sushi, but you get the point.
Poor Magikarp.
And then as you go through the game, you're like, oh, let's see how Magikarp's doing. He's level 20. Nice. I like it. Ah, well, it's, still doesn't know anything. Okay. Sometimes they learn tackle, but mine didn't. So I was like, screw it, I'll give you a rare candy. Give it a rare candy. Magikarp's evolving! And this is back before we had guides or anything. We had to learn this stuff as it happened. He starts evolving, and what's it evolving to? A giant-ass Gyarados. And when you see that thing for the first time, especially comparing it to the Magikarp, you're freaking mind blown. You're like, how did this become that? Okay, and then you start using it, you're like, oh damn, this thing's strong. Yeah, it's funny, because as a kid growing up, most other kids that were playing Pokemon at the time would have that same experience. Almost every other kid I battled had a Magikarp, because it was just that amazing. Alright, so for number 2, what's your pick?
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
I just like the character overall, like just in the, I guess you would call it an anime on YTV.
That was the anime, yes.
But I just liked how this little thing comes out of nowhere, and the fact that it's a plant and becomes a little flower, and it's adorable. And I like the whole vine whip, just how it comes out and it just is able to be used as things. And
yeah, they use that a lot in the anime. I noticed that.
And of course, too, like, with how everyone's always joking around saying no one picks Bulbasaur. No one picks him. Well, guess what? I did. I picked Bulbasaur.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought she would pick Squirtle.
Nope. Bulbasaur.
Belba. Okay, so this is really funny. So, just a heads up, we did not tell each other what we were picking. So this is just funny to me that you picked Bulbasaur for your second. I picked Charmander.
You're gonna charm me.
Finally, a fire type. So there you go. But it should be obvious why Charmander is my number 2 pick, because it was my first starter. Just straight up. It's been my first starter. I used it for my Let's Play, and I was playing through Pokemon Red and Blue again. Picked Charmander again. Just fire type ran my heart. Heart's over here though.
Apparently you have 2.
I'm a Time Lord.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just Charmander was my first starter ever, and especially when it evolved to a Charizard, and you're just like, motherfucking dragon! Even though it wasn't a dragon, it was a fire and flying type.
Although it should be a dragon. It looks like a dragon.
It can learn dragon moves now.
Yeah.
And technically, in its Mega Evolution for Generation 6, one of them, for X, it becomes a fire dragon.
Hey, cool.
Finally, right?
Yeah,
So.
only took him 6.
Yeah. It's funny, because for Y, he stays a fire flying. That's not for Charizard, I'm talking about Charmander. Charmander's awesome.
Charizard!
Oh, and that episode on Pokemon, oh my god, I was so sad. I wanted Ash to get that Charmander so bad. Because he had gotten, at that point, he had gotten Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and I was like, come on, you gotta. Just gotta. And he got him.
And
he got saved from an asshole Australian. He had an Australian accent. The Charmander.
God.
You remember
You
that?
just sounded like Arnold just now.
Arnold. Oh, not that Austrian, Jackie.
Cool.
Alright. So what was your number 1 pick?
You shouldn't be surprised by this one. Eevee. I like the fact that Eevee has the potential to become different types. I don't know how to explain that part exactly, but you can evolve Eevee to an electric type, a fire type, a water type, and then of course as the other ones came on, more cool stuff came out, and I'm a dog lover and know stuff about dogs. Doesn't mean I'm any professional by any means, but it just reminds me overall of just how our pet became our pet and where it came from and what we were able to do to create our little best friend there, who's over there sleeping. I don't know if you can see her, but
No, they can't see her.
Greta's over there.
But yeah, that's a good analogy for the dogs that we own. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. I like that.
Right now, I evolved my Eevee to a Jolteon, and yes, I named it Greta.
After a puppy.
Yeah, my puppy.
She's not a puppy anymore.
My puppy. Mine. She just loves you more.
Now,
Mine.
just a side question. In Generation 6, given all the choices of Eevee evolutions, what would you choose now? Or would it be more of a situational thing?
To be honest, it's probably more of a situational thing. It's just one of those Pokemon where if you feel that your team isn't quite complete, that you're missing one thing that could help you become a Pokemon champion, you have that ability to put in there. So if you were missing an electric, you can have an electric. If you're needing a dark, you can get a dark, and now you can get a fairy. And the fairy's really cute.
So would that be a pick of fairy?
Well, I think it's cute, but I'm trying to remember. What's the purple one?
That's the Espeon Psychic.
I like that one.
A lot of people do.
It's pretty. But to be honest, for fun anyway, I would like to have a team just full of Eevees and have each one. And just, why not, my little pack of dogs?
That's not a bad idea. I think people have done it before. In fact, remember Odafest?
Yeah, they did.
The first year, yeah, and I went, one of their gyms was
The Eevee
all
gym.
Eevee evolutions.
Yeah.
So that was a cool idea too.
Yeah. And I would still have one Eevee anyway. Like, I'd want, why not? Just as like, this is how this started and this is what they can become. And it's just neat.
So for my number one pick, this is gonna sound pretty odd. It's odd. No, I'm kidding. It's actually Mewtwo. I have to
The
pick
51st Pokemon. It's not even 150, it's 151.
Mewtwo's technically 150 in the Pokedex. Mew is 151.
But it was born.
That was
Anyway.
That was a recent debate on Twitter between Ross and Barry. I'm not even joking. They had a poll and everything.
Oh.
My stance on it is that you technically encounter Mewtwo before Mew because you learn what Mewtwo's origin was, and that's how they discovered Mew. In fact, they technically haven't discovered Mew because Mew is very elusive, but they know of a Mewtwo because it's based off an ancient Pokemon that they got the DNA off of, they cloned, and that was that Pokemon. Technically, Mew did not exist. They just found DNA of an ancient Pokemon, cloned it, modified it, and became its own Pokemon. I know, that's all jibber jabber. But the reason why Mewtwo is my number one pick is for many reasons, but when you first play the game and you beat the game, there's always a place called the Cerulean Cave that you've passed by in the past. You see a dude blocking the way. Even when you get surfy, he's still there. But after you beat the game, it opens up. And you're like, oh, I can go in here now. And that cave is just daunting when you go in there. It's just the music for that's just... You're like, something's up here. It's not just a normal dungeon. Sure, there's items in places, and there's even some more Pokemon you can look around there, but nothing you haven't seen before. But once you get to the end of the cave, there he is. Or she. I don't know. Mewtwo. Standing right there, and you're like, what is this? And then you talk to it, and then it starts this sequence of awesomeness. And that cry for it is just, it's ingrained in my brain. So yeah, for Mewtwo though, the other thing that was sweet, if you managed to catch it, which obviously a lot of people did, if you held onto that Master Ball, you just pop it and you're like, yeah, thanks, you're mine. No biggie. But kind of going back to when I was talking about the Gyarados thing, everybody had a Mewtwo. Whether they got it legitly or they used a Game Shark or whatever. Everyone had a Mewtwo. And so if you didn't have a Mewtwo ready to battle, you were likely going to get stomped. And I felt, because of that, that's what started me on the path for wanting to make anytime I played Pokemon, I wanted to make a team that did not require or did not need a legendary to be good. I felt using legendaries was a hindrance to me. Because I got swept by a Starmie. Everyone and their mother that played Pokemon had a Mewtwo. And so for me, I felt from that point on, not that point, but in future games, I tried to make sure I didn't rely on using a legendary Pokemon in my team. I felt out of, at that time, the 150 Pokemon, there's gotta be some gems in here that could really make a difference in a battle, and that could actually be potentially better than Mewtwo, or Zapdos, or Articuno, or Moltres. So that's the biggest reason why Mewtwo is my number one pick. Thank you for joining me in this video, talking about the first 150 Pokemons. Woo! Little fan.
I'm gonna like lose an eye because of this.
You'd be a pirate, though.
Arr.
Arr. So, we'll see what new Pokemon come around, and maybe we'll do another one of these.
Maybe.
This year. Maybe for Generation 2.
Hey.
You don't look excited for that.
I just feel pressure.
Pressure.
Pushing
Down on me. Pushing down on you. That's for. Alright. So, that was this year's Valentine's Day Special, guys. What were your guys' top 6? We picked top 6 only because you can have a team of 6. So I figured 6 was a better number than 5. Why would you leave out that 6 member, you HM slave pushers? Either way, let us know it down below. And I hope you guys are having a decent Valentine's Day, even if you're not with someone. There are people out there that you could spend the time with. And so have a good day. It doesn't have to be couples only celebration day. You have friends. You have family. Enjoy them while they're around. Anywho, until then, you guys, this is SolarPrimal.
And Lunar Primal.
Signing out. And
Bye for now.
Don't ain't ready, you're always my number one.